Hello, hello! Today we have this weekly's review of Alter Ego's Canyon palette. The Canyon palette is a dupe of the Natasha Denona bronze palette. That Natasha Denona palette is, I believe, $69, and I was able to get this palette for $17. Now I did want to note that this palette actually came out, I believe, back in around March 2021, so this isn't a new palette. It's been around and it is still available. At the time, back in 2021, you could buy this palette for $16. Now the price has gone up slightly. Like I said, I got this palette for $17, but if you check the website right now, it's gone up to $18. So it's only a $2 increase. But I did want to note that the price of this has gone up, so I imagine that prices of materials, of course, are going up. I bought my palette, I believe, at the end of last year. This might have been a maybe Black Friday sort of deal, but I honestly don't remember. So I just wanted to share this palette for this week. This is the palette that I've been using for the past week. I really like this tab. I really like when palettes have this tab. It makes it so easy to open these palettes instead of trying to like stuff your fingers up into this. It makes it super easy. And I've actually really enjoyed using this. So here's the actual palette. It has the same exact cover as the box. This is the box. This is the palette. The palette does come with a mirror. There is a mirror in there. But this is the palette that I've been using for the past week. It is so beautiful. Sorry, my light turned off. I need to turn it back on so you can see this. It is so pretty. I think, I'm going to be honest, I have not tried the original Natasha Denona bronze palette, but what I can say using this is the first time I've ever used Alter Ego. I've never used any Alter Ego palettes before. This is my first one. And honestly, so like I said, I got my palette for $17. You can still buy it now for $18. But this feels like a more expensive palette. I'm actually honestly shocked it's being sold for, honestly, not I think what it's worth. I think this is a really amazing, beautiful palette, and it is so affordable. Like this, they're giving you like, the ColourPop prices for the quality and level you would expect from a $35 palette. I really think that this could be priced higher because I think the quality is really good. There's no way, I don't understand how they're able to price it so low because I feel like the quality of this was so amazing. It's so beautiful. I repeatedly talk about on my channel how much I love shimmers, and this is shimmers galore. There is, as you can see, I'm sure in the screen, this one's a little weird. You can see like there's a weird dip in it. I believe after having watched another review or two of this palette, just to see, like, I want to see what they say about this shade. I believe this is supposed to be some sort of cream formula, because I was a bit confused why it looks like this. Like, you can see that, to me, I thought it had hard panned, but I believe this is supposed to be like a cream formula, and then everything else is like shimmery, and you got your beautiful mattes. I really love having light color shimmers and darker mattes, so I can do my usual kind of look. So I wanted to swatch a couple of my favorites from this palette. My favorite, I feel like it's a favorite no matter where you go, where you end up going. This Desert Moon color, oh man, oh, okay, the formula is so soft. People always talk about buttery smooth. This is actually buttery smooth. Okay, let's just do it on my hand here. Wow, that was one swatch. I haven't even gone back and forth yet. Let me just get it back in there. Look at that. It's a brown with like a blue sheen. It is so pretty. I think this is one of everyone's favorites in this one. I really loved, let's see, Plateau. Plateau is also a very interesting one. Look at that. So again, let's see what it does with one. Look at that. Do you see the quality of that? That is insane. Let me push it in now. Wow. So it has like a pink kind of base, and then with a gold sheen. Oh, that is beautiful, you guys. So pretty. Of course, I need to swatch. I'm going to swatch Cliff. Cliff is the gold yellow in this palette. I love yellow. So let's swatch this gold yellow. Wow. So pretty. They're so buttery smooth. Look at that. Look at the freaking highlight on that. Look at the light. Look at how it reflects the light. Insane. I don't understand how this palette is, even though it's, you know, priced $2 more than it was 2 years ago, but $18 for this? For this quality? What? Okay, now I'm going to swatch, I think 3 mattes, which there isn't a lot of mattes in here. It looks like that there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and if you want to count this one, 6. Like 6 mattes in here, which isn't a lot. This is a shimmer heavy palette. If you love shimmers like me, this is it. This is your girl. So I really liked using Russet. So let's do Russet first. Oh, so soft. It's so soft. You cannot believe. And I honestly didn't have a lot of issues with, what's it called? Like, it didn't really fall onto my eyes. Like, there wasn't a lot of, like, shimmer. Does that make sense? There wasn't a lot of fallout from this palette, surprisingly, at least on my face. I understand if it's in the palette. I don't care if it's in the palette. But this was surprisingly did not have a lot of fallout on my face. I think in the original, these are probably a lot more intense. But these are very buildable. So easy to use. So freaking... Look at that. So easy to use. I'm going to go with... I'm going to try Earth now. I'm going into Earth. This is Earth. I really like this kind of mustardy brown. Again, super buildable. Look at that. You can blend it out, like, so pretty, so easy to use. The last color I'm going to do is this weird Expanse one. Okay, here I go in Expanse. This is the darkest color in here. I think we could have done with one more kind of in-between color between Expanse and Russet. Another matte color in between those two. But it's not awful. Alright, so here we go. This one, again, a little weird. I think it's supposed to be a cream. I really like when my mattes are the darker colors in a palette. It just helps me do a very basic, easy look. Look at that. So beautiful. One of the things that might differentiate the difference between this dupe palette and the original, I think would most likely be longevity, as in how long this lasts on your eyes. I feel like this lasted a pretty average amount. I don't think it went beyond my expectations for a $17 palette. Lasted a good couple hours and then started to do the usual, you know, kind of bunching up on the eye. For Natasha Denona, I expect that life expectancy on the eye lasts a bit more, much longer, because it's a much higher quality formula. But for what this is, and you know, for a small little event, I think this would look absolutely beautiful. I think that, you know, if you were going to wear this for all day, you might want to try and do your due diligence of trying to do what you need to do to make sure it lasts that long on your eye. But I would just put my usual, you know, concealer on the eye to make these colors brighter. It lasts a little longer, but I mean, after 4 or 5 hours, that's when it starts to crease. I think it's pretty standard, and then by the end of the day, not looking the best, but I feel like it's what it's expected for this price point. But I really don't feel like that really takes away from me wanting to use this palette. It's really, really beautiful. Overall, I really don't have much to say about this palette. All I can do is honestly recommend it. If you want to use and grab some good bronzes, I have to recommend this Alter Ego palette. It is absolutely beautiful. Other than my comment of, I wish there was one more dark brown that was in between this Expanse and Russet color. Like, I think we probably could have done without Desert Sun. Desert Sun would probably be a good color to maybe replace. But this is such a beautiful, wonderful palette that I absolutely recommend if you're looking for some good bronzes, some good golds. I really feel like at minimum, I mean, I don't even know, you could get at least 10 looks minimum just from this palette. This would be such a great palette to travel with. Like, you have so many looks. It's so, not small, super small, but like, it's very travel friendly. Like, here's some Kleenex. Do you see how travel friendly this is? It's not very thick. I think this would be a great palette to add to everyone's collection. Thank you everyone for just taking a little peek at this. I hope you guys love the colors from this palette. It's absolutely wonderful.